Everybody, welcome to CastorsCorner.com. I'm your host Khalil here for another toy of the day here on our live YouTube channel. Happy to have you guys here and back. We're continuing our Diamond Week. I forget how many days in we are, honestly. I forgot. I think we're like 4 days in, 5 days in, 4 days, 4 or 5. Thank you again to Diamond. They did provide these toys for review. You can go to CastorsCorner.com for a full gallery of these. You can follow us. We are at Castor's Corner on all social media. And you can check out the Cornercast podcast every Monday night before midnight. This week with our friends Eric and Dave from Adventures in Collecting. Always a good time. Really good friends. Really great positive part of the community. So go check them out as well. So what do we got today for Diamond? He is sitting right here. Oh, you can see the next days too. Muppets are behind me. So our toy of the day today is a beast of a figure, the Diamond Select Carnage figure, which I believe, if I'm correct, was a Disney store, which surprised everybody. A serial killer as a Disney store figure was just kind of a big surprise. I think I really like this figure. I like the look of it. I think he looks great next to Spider-Man. He's so much bigger, definitely scaled differently, much more on par with what you would expect Venom to be. But the idea of Carnage being so big and the symbiote making him bigger, because Cassidy was always, I always thought of him as kind of like a thin little gaunt guy, unimposing, kind of be able to hide. And then Carnage is just like that incarnation of crazy here. I think it's one of the better figures. All the sculpt work on it, all the lines in here, excuse me, are sculpted into the body itself. So it's not painted on. So each one of those little pieces, you can see it kind of sticking out there. You can see how it kind of pops. All the muscles and everything kind of bulge from that. Now, the figure itself has a lot of holes. I was holding it up to the microphone because you can see the figure through the microphone. There's a lot of holes in the figure itself, and that is because he comes with a ton, and literally like a metric ton of tendrils that can be placed all over the body. In the arms, in the legs, no, not the legs, sorry, upper body only, arms, back, shoulders, so you have all these little tendrils of the symbiote coming off. There's even a couple here, so find the right ones, like the little ones. Oh, that's just a joint piece. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong part. That's just where the joint is. I thought there was one on the arm here where it pops out. It kind of looks like that, but it's really just the arm peg. So these tendrils will pop off these spots in the back as well as the shoulders. He also comes with a backpack of sorts, which also has all the little holes in it to add the extra tendrils. Now, I have a small criticism of this. Because there are holes and pegs on the back, there are no holes and pegs on this thing. So it really does depend on the figure holding it. But it holds pretty good. But posing him out, it was popping a little bit. So my only recommendation would have been add an extra piece here, because as you kind of move these around, because these are all articulated. So the bottom ones are ball jointed. They all ball joint into the backpack itself, back piece. The top ones are articulated, have a hinge to it, as well as a ball joint at the bottom. So you can twist it and turn it and everything. So when you're reposing these things, it does pop off the backpack, or the back itself. So it's kind of a good idea. And he's got the port in his shoulder, which would have been really nice if they had just put one peg in this piece right here. And that would have made, in my opinion, a big difference to make it look a little more fitting to him. I don't think it looks too bad on him. I think it makes him look crazy for sure and scary. And then you can pop the extra ones into the back pegs as well, which look pretty cool. You can see how they kind of pop off and twist. So what else does he come with? Sorry. So it is alternate hands for both hands. First time, fresh out of the box. I'm putting these in. So he's got kind of like the axe arm. He's got like almost lobster claws. They do. Looking at them now, they look very lobster claw-esque. I did not heat these up. They do. They look like lobster claws. It's kind of cool. So you got these to go up against Spidey here. I think they look really good together. I think, this is much brighter comic booky kind of one. The blue is really, really well done here. But the red muted color here, it's a lot darker, a lot deeper. The black really shines through on this thing. He also comes with an alternate head, which I think is just creepy as hell. There we go. So you get this really S-shaped question mark-esque head that kind of comes off the body and comes out at you, which I think is a really nice touch for him as well. There's great double knees, rocker ankles, hinged hips, so you can kind of have a little bit of movement, pop it out there for sure. I think it's just really, yeah, no, it looks really cool. And then he comes with this round piece here that, there we go, sits on his neck like that. And then it comes with this head, which is just freaky. So you get the symbiote kind of taking over Cassidy's head, as it's kind of, you can see it kind of dripping into his eyes and face. It's one of the best representations of him. I think they did a really great job with this. It mirrors that kind of Venom look that they did a few years ago. That really kind of captures that idea of this thing kind of oozing and crawling and kind of taking over them. He's great looking, posed out like that. And there's even one more head. I'm trying to think which one I had on here. Oh, yeah, that one. So flip that off. And then we have the big jaw, little eyes, big teeth, kind of goofy looking one. I'm not a fan of this one. Of all of them, this is probably my least favorite of them. I like the original one, the first one I had on there, which is much closer to his original look there. The teeth kind of, he has like an underbite that comes up underneath. You can kind of see it kind of come out there like that. I think that's the best one on there. And then when you add all the tendrils, and you add the backpack and stuff, I mean, he's just, they've really stepped up their game with these select figures. Some of them just are articulated like crazy, really easy to pose. I know some people are going to have an issue because he is so large. So this is him, to the best of my ability. You'll see a better shot of this as I switch parts. You will see a better shot of this on the gallery on Kastor'sCorner.com. So you can see the size difference here. But here they are head to toe to toe. And then here they are back to back on the same plane. So he is quite large compared to the Spider-Mans of the line. He is smaller than Thanos. So that gives you an idea of like scale here, where we have Thanos next to him. So he's much larger, and that's give you an idea there. Thanos is way bigger than Peter. So pretty good size. He might be, let's see, or is just Peter very, very small? Yeah, no, he's a little bit bigger than Iron Man. So he is one of the larger figures of the line. But I think it's fine. I think it works for him. I think it works really well. Because the symbiotes really do change shape throughout their lives. So the idea that that he can grow or shrink, I'm okay with. So this is one of the better Carnage figures that I own in my collection. I'm really, really in love with this thing. It's really cool. He was another one that kind of captured my imagination around the time I started reading. So I started reading Spider-Man around that time with the introduction of Carnage and then the introduction of the clones. So I know everybody hates the Clone Saga, but with the new Venom movie coming out in Carnage, I think this is going to be a hot ticket item. So thank you again for Diamond for sending this along. You can check out a full gallery of him on the website, castorscorner.com. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media, and you can check out the Cornercast podcast every Monday night. And hit the subscribe button to both here and on the podcast. The more of you that subscribe, the more cool things we get to do. And then we get to share them with you, and really that's been the most fun. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow for another toy of the day. He's right over there, here on castorscorner.com. Have a good night, everybody.